What's up, YouTube? I am back. I'm on to building my Giga temple for this character. If you guys saw my stream earlier, I was on my Oracle for a little bit, doing some community temple runs. But now I'm back to building this temple. And I made a tweak to my build earlier. I respec'd a couple points on my tree. I spec'd out of some damage and lost some crit bonus. So overall my damage is lower, but I spec'd into efficient inscriptions, which allowed me to pull Diala's Desire off of cast on crit and put a second bone cage in here. The second bone cage helps a lot with clear. So I'm actually liking this for clear a lot better. Sold a sacrificial regalia earlier. Pretty good profit day, I would say. And I think we need to go back to mapping because this character doesn't have any temple energy saved up. Yeah, we're out. We also desperately need lock medallions. Not recently, but this character has dropped a mirror. And I have dropped a few Hinokora's locks as well. Only 2,000 divines on this character. My other character has dropped, I think, like 8,000 divines. But no mirrors on my other character. I got the mirror in the temple. I should fight the boss on this map. Whoa. Got knocked over. Oh, that was close. Oh, this map? This is annoying. I didn't realize this was a unique map. I wonder if these omen altars can drop good omens. Need to kill this boss too. Oh wait, forgot to grab crystals. There we go. Now I've got some maps I can run. I think it's worth going to grab this other tower. Ah, stupid Shroud Walker. Oh. Oh, almost died. Kind of debating if I should continue building my temple, or if I should run like Sekimas or something. I feel like there's probably more likely to be consistent profit generation in Sekimas. And I don't mind running Sekimas. Temple is more fun though, in my opinion. My cat almost got me killed. Try to kill the boss in this map. Just as it's a corrupted nexus. Oh. Keep forgetting about the second boss on these. Oh. Ugh, these mobs are not letting me in here. All right, 10 more maps. Then we're back in the temple. On my next temple run, I need 3 locks. That's insane. Oh, that hurt. Oh, I died. Shit. Oops. Well, that's lame. Weird. Oh, that's annoying. Alright, we're getting close to being able to go back into the temple. The tedious part's almost over. Four more. Let's double check that that's actually the number I need. Four more. I think 3 more. All right, 2 more maps. Then we're back in the temple. One more. All right, full energy. No smithy. Should I try to get another smithy or should I try to save up locks? I'm just going to try to get the smithy. Hope we get... Okay, we got the smithy. Oh boy. Whew, what are our chances of getting 3... Oh, I guess we only need 2 locks. No. We need 3. Ideally 3 locks. Alright, here goes. Let RNG be on my side. Okay, 1 lock. We're off to a good start. Two. Okay. We're doing pretty good. Don't want that shield. Can we get one more lock? Come on, one more lock. Need one more. We got it. I can't believe we did it. We got 3 locks. Whew, that was stressful. Okay, the rest of the temple building should actually be pretty easy from here. Or at least the rest of this. Now we still got to do the thaumaturge corruption chain. That is pretty challenging, but we got through now the most difficult part of the temple building. Some more locks would be nice. Okay. No 4th one, but we got the 3 that we need. Should probably just run the rest of the temple. Oh, we got another spy master. Let's go. Ah, no 4th lock. got the 3 we need. Barely. So lock this one, and this one. We close the temple. Boom. Beautiful. Okay, now we need just one lock. Just a single lock. All right, got a lock. Need one more lock would be nice. Hey, we got one. Can we get a third one? That'd be nice. Actually start building up a little stockpile of them. Hey, what's up, man? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, had some good luck so far in this temple running session. Hey, a third lock. Even better luck. You were in the temple run earlier, right? Sorry, I was in the zone. I didn't notice you had left me a message in chat. Oh, okay. I did some community temple runs earlier on my Oracle character. A bunch of people from my stream joined. But welcome. First time in my stream. Good to have you here. Oh, gotcha. You put together the build? Nice. Yeah, rings unfortunately can be an expensive gear piece, so good luck finding some or crafting them if you decide to go that route. Yeah, I might do that again in the future. It was kind of hectic. Like I thought my computer was going to explode because we had a full party of 6 people and one of them was a rarity bot. So we collectively, the total number of divines dropped from a single temple was almost 400. It was like 380 divines dropped. We split the profits. It was pretty cool. But yeah, it was a little hectic. And a couple of the people in the party, their computers or their games crashed a couple times. Yeah, the Spirit Vertex is very expensive. You can get a +3 one with Spirit for a lot cheaper, but you sacrifice a lot of damage. I think it's probably better to just go for a +4 and play without Blink. Okay, I only need to lock that one. Should I lock the road? No, I want to build up more locks first. Okay, this. Let's go. The spirit. Yeah, I think one person did hit alt at some point, and it like opened up. You know how it is. It's like 1,000 pieces of loot on the screen at once. Insane. Yeah, it happened a couple times. I was surprised I didn't crash, to be honest, because my game has been crashing a few times here and there lately. I have a pretty good computer, but there's been a couple times where it's crashed recently. Like the whole thing just shut down. What am I doing? Oh. How much rarity do I have? I think I have about 100% rarity. Let me double check. I would like to have more. It's just hard to squeeze on this build. Let's look at Bone Storm. Oh, only 95% rarity. Why is it so low? Oh. I should actually... Let me see if I have some Omens of the Blessed. My rarity is lower than I thought. On my Oracle, I have a little over 100 also. I keep making builds that are hard to get rarity on. That is probably the biggest downside of this build, is you can't get a ton of rarity on it. Oh, this ring is sanctified. That's annoying. Let's see if I can get this one to 15. There we go. That's a little bit more rarity. Yeah, ingenuity definitely helps. It'll definitely help you get more rarity. If you're playing Pathfinder, you will lose a little bit of damage because, which is surprising because you would think it would be more damage, but Headhunter gives you so much stats that you'll end up having to, if you go Ingenuity, you'll end up having to spec into more attributes instead of damage on your tree. It's a trade-off, but yeah. Oh, since you made the build, I can share with you one small tweak I made recently, actually earlier today. Instead of coming up through here and grabbing all damage, I spec'd around this way, still grabbed this node, and then I swapped some points up here from here into the crit chance side, and I pulled out this node here to allow me to grab this node, Efficient Inscriptions. I'm not sure why it's not loading right now. What that allowed me to do was pull Diala's Desire out of Cast on Crit and allowed me to socket in a second Bone Cage. With 2 Bone Cages in Cast on Crit, the clear is a lot better. So, something worth considering. Since you're looking for rings, let me see if I have any. I have a couple for sale right now that, let's see, I've got this one, good rarity, cast speed, intelligence, mana, Has no resistances on it. I could sell it to you at a discount if you're interested. Or this one that has resistances, rarity, mana, damage roll, and full energy shield. And that's the desecration, so you could change that if you wanted to. So yeah, if you're interested in either of these rings, let me know. Yeah, it's a nice switch. It's definitely better for clear, although I did lose a little bit of damage on Bone Storm. I don't have the +3 to Bone Storm on right now, but I lost like 150k DPS on Bone Storm. But the DPS loss is actually mostly due to a loss in cast speed, not actual damage output. So the build still feels really good. Okay. Yeah, just let me know. Yeah, it is on PoE Ninja. It is on PoE Ninja, but PoE Ninja I think only auto updates like once a week or something, if I'm not mistaken. I think it updates more often earlier in the league. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but I noticed that like it'll say like latest snapshot, and then the other options are like weekly. But yeah, it may or may not be updated on there. I just made this update like probably 4 or 5 hours ago. To find me on PoE Ninja, if you just look up the Bone Storm skill and Pathfinder on the leaderboards, I should be the top one. Or even if you just look up Bone Storm, I think I'm in like the top 5 or top 10. You were using DD. Is that Detonate Dead? Yeah, it does like 25% of the damage of the monster, right? When they explode or when they die, when you consume their corpse. It's fire damage though, right? I guess that doesn't really matter. It just because it doesn't scale based on like level of the scale. It scales based on. Oh, it does big physical damage. Is it physical and fire? I'm actually curious. I want to look. I always go to PoE2 DB to look at this stuff. Yeah, the nice thing about Bone Cage when used with Cast on Critical, because this build kind of is comparable in function to Cast on Crit Comet, but my other character is a Cast on Crit Comet character, and if you look at Cast on Critical, when you have 2 comets socketed in here, the maximum energy is 600. Bone Cage, each one only takes 100. So the maximum energy, as you can see here, is just 200. So it's easier to proc, which is really nice. So since it's easier to proc, having 2 of them in here is really nice. I honestly wish I could get a 3rd one in here, would be awesome. But there's just no way. Not with the need for life tap. If you could do a mana-based version of this build, you could get a 3rd one in. Kill the first mob. Oh yeah, that does sound cool. Seems like it'd be good for like juice temples too, because the temple monsters have such high health. Okay, so Detonate Dead is physical and fire. Okay, and the percentage goes up based on level. So if you were to get this to like... Oh, and it does fire. So it does a certain amount of fire damage. That scales. And I assume it scales based on the level of physical spell skill levels too. And that's interesting. I'm almost wondering if it might be fun to have both Bone Cage and Detonate Dead in. That might be a fun combo. I might try that. So the amount of fire damage, because since it's a physical skill, I could probably get it to like level 36 or something. So it'd be pretty big fire and 14.6% of their health as fizz. Yeah, I'll definitely use a 21. Shoot. After this temple run, I'll go buy a level 21 and give it a try. Sounds fun. I'm still looking like... I've been playing this build for like not even 2 weeks, like a week and a half maybe. I'm still looking for ways to tweak it and make it better. I probably won't make another build guide unless I make a huge update to the build, but yeah, I'd still like to find ways to make it better. It's been a lot of fun. 21 with higher quality on it goes great for big explosion radius. Nice. Oh yeah, what is the radius on it? Do you know if Detonate Dead benefits from Spell Cascade? Or is it just like a single explosion? Explosion radius is 2.6 meters. It doesn't look like the radius scales based on level, just quality. So Yeah, it would be nice to have Diala's Desire on there for that quality, but I'd rather have... I like the idea of doing the combined Bone Cage and Detonate Dead together. I bet it'll look cool too. The only thing that sucks about the fire damage on Detonate Dead is I have no sources of elemental penetration. I would be doing it just purely for the fizz damage that it deals. Yeah, just quality. Yeah, makes sense. See if I can find a 23% quality one. You can get double corrupted gems that have that are level 21 and have 23% quality. I don't know how much more benefit you would get out of that, but couldn't hurt to try. How many locks have I got in this run? None? Not a single one? Jeez. That's funny. It was something that I was unsure about that I just decided to look into earlier in the league when I was starting to experiment with builds. I was just like, oh, I wonder if you can get a double corrupted one that has both. I actually wanted to see if you could get a double corrupted level 22, which you cannot. But I was like, maybe you can get one 23% quality. And sure enough, you can. Who's still alive in here? I also probably have around 4,000 hours into this game. Crazy. Have you been playing since 0.1? Okay, that was this whole temple. I gotta let the road go. Yeah, that's a bummer. Till I get more locks. I can't use that road. Yeah, same. It's this game is addicting to say the least. Yeah, it is a problem. My girlfriend's been giving me a lot of crap for it. She's cool about it, but I can tell she's like, oh, you're playing PoE again? Like, yes, this is my life. All right, I'm gonna buy one of these. Same, man. Same. Some people just play like one build for the whole league. I'm like, I want to experience all the builds. I see other people playing cool builds. I'm like, oh, I want to try that. And now that I've gotten into like making my own builds, that's been a lot of fun. Okay. What am I getting? Detonate dead. See if I can find a 23 quality, level 21. Gem sockets doesn't matter. 200 divines, no thank you. I will settle for 20 quality. Damn, still 23 divines? That's crazy. I managed to get a cast on crit level 21 with 23% quality, and it was only like 15 divines more than a 20% quality one. I don't know if that's still the case, but I guess because cast on crit's probably a more popular gem, maybe more people are doing it. But it was like 65 divines for a 20% quality level 21. And it was like 80 divines for 23. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Okay. I'm going to give this a try. So I'm going to pull out Bone Cage. We're going to pop in Detonate Dead. It's level 36. Cool. Yeah, let's try this in Temple. And I will upgrade. What should I upgrade? Armory? Yeah, let's do the armory. Hell yeah. Congrats, dude. That's a lot of divines. What did you sell? I woke up to a lot of divines too. I had I sold a megalomaniac last night for like 1,500. It's no 3,000 like you got, but still a nice little surprise. It looks cool. Okay, we got a lock. It's a little more eye cancery than just the double bone storm, but it's pretty cool. I can't tell if the clear is better. What is MTX? I feel like I've heard that before, and I probably have heard of what that is, but I'm having a brain fart. Oh yeah, you sold stuff from like just like a variety of stuff. Do you craft a lot, or was it just like gear that you found, or gear that you I've been selling a lot of gear lately that I purchased myself for like build experimentation, so I'm just like selling back. Oh, microtransaction. Yeah, you mean like a skin for it or something? They have one for the bone skills, bone cage and bone storm. It makes them red. I've been kind of hesitant to get it for bone cage because I'm like, the vulnerability curse is red. It might. I kind of like the like greenish tinge to the bones coming up. Kind of like makes it seem like they are poisoned too. But yeah, I know you can like turn them red with the microtransaction. Same with Bone Storm, you can turn them red. That one I probably will buy. Oh yeah. Yeah, I do that a lot too. I feel like a lot of times I do that though, I end up having to sell stuff back for less than I bought it for. I feel like when you're buying gear for like niche builds, that ends up being the case because it's not really in demand. Yeah, I agree. The red one is cool. Yeah, makes sense. I feel like I've had some stuff like those rings I showed you, like those have been in my inventory for a while. I've been just like gradually lowering the prices on them. All right, we got a second lock. Beautiful. How many do I have? Two. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I think I might like the bone cage times two a little bit better than this. This is pretty cool though. I think if I could really emphasize like the fire damage more, if I had like Rockiatas on it or something, that might be cool. But yeah, if I'm going against any monsters that have resistances, then only the physical damage is really doing a lot. And yeah, like you said, easier on the eyes. Can I get a third lock, please? Please. Ugh. Got one more Spy Master. I think I'm just gonna bail here. Oh, if you are playing this build, one thing I do want to mention real quick. I wish I would have known this before I made my build guide on it, but there's a little glitch that you can use with Bone Storm. Normally when you cast Bone Storm, you move like really slow, especially because I have Deliberation socketed in on it. There's a way you can move at full speed. You just you kind of have to just tap the button really quick a couple times and then hold it, and you can move at full speed while casting Bone Storm. It makes it a lot better for bossing. You can dodge attacks and stuff while you're charging. Really nice. Worth playing around with. Okay, I think I'm going to go back to Bone Cage. Okay, close the temple. Yeah, you just you tap it. I basically tap it twice and then press it a third time and hold. So tap, tap, press and hold really quickly. I'm out of flasks. Yeah, tap, tap, then press and hold, and do it all really fast. Somebody in one of my YouTube video comments told me about that. It's really nice. It helps a lot. Okay. Start building the Roman road. The Olroth's flask, what I don't like about the Olroth's flask is that you can only use it a couple times. You can only use it 4 times before, you only have enough flask charges to use it 4 times. It might be better. Every time I've tried using it on builds, I didn't really like it. The one thing that kind of sucks about using Bone Storm on this build is that Bone Storm lowers your health really fast. So I end up hitting my life flask a bunch of times while I'm using it. I feel like Olroth's might not be great for that. But if you do try it, let me know. I'd be curious what your experience is using it on this build. Have a good night last night. Then paying the price today. I feel that, man. I'm 36. I also can't handle it like I used to. Nice reroll medallion. Yeah, I'm really not either. My girlfriend likes to drink, and I feel like I have to pace myself a little bit more. You know, that detonate dead experiment made me realize something else I actually want to try. Not sure how I would trigger it, but there's a support gem you can use that if you put it into a skill and then you kill a pinned enemy with that skill, they'll deal an explosion for like 25% of their health or something to all enemies around them. I think it's called Bone Shrapnel. I kind of want to try it. And I think I might put it into, because I have Bone Cage on Spellslinger. So if I'm like pinning enemies with the vulnerability cast on crit Bone Cage setup, then I could like kill enemies with that. Maybe I might get an extra explosion out of it. Seems kind of complicated, but might be kind of fun to try. No, I'm not going to try to well, I don't know. I'm having a lot of fun with the YouTube and streaming thing, but I'm definitely not going to try to go full time with it. I'm just doing it for fun. I have a lot of free time. I mostly work from home, and my job is fairly laid back. So I have a good amount of free time. And my girlfriend right now, she's a nurse and she works evenings. So I find myself with a lot of free time to just be able to play and edit videos and all that. I have some video editing experience from past hobbies and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how far I take it. But I'm having a lot of fun with it right now. So it is very tedious though. Like that most recent YouTube video I made for this build. Shit, I probably, from like recording the video to editing it and everything, probably took me like almost 10 hours. Because I had to go back and re-record a couple times. Time I could have just spent playing the game, you know? I think the fact that I've been getting a lot of positive feedback from my YouTubing and streaming so far is kind of making me feel good about doing it too. I think if I were to like make it like I want to do this full-time thing, then it would become like I'm driven by like a desire to make money, and that would kind of spoil the fun for me. Then I would see it as a job, you know. Okay, that's it for this temple run. Should I lock the road? It really does make it messy. It's like, I do this for fun. I don't want to spoil the fun. If I end up making money off of it, you know, cool, but I don't really care either way. I've also been kind of just like, it's got me being more social in the game too, talking to people. I made some friends already, so that's kind of cool. And people help me learn, you know, stuff I wouldn't have known. Like I probably wouldn't have thought to try Detonate Dead if you hadn't said anything. It's really all you need, right? It's like some element of having security is nice, but once you're comfortable and secure, like no need to, I don't know, no need to just make a bunch of money for money's sake or like pursue materialistic things, in my opinion. I would be down to make a Discord. I don't know, I've never done that before, but I'd be down to try it. Build a little community. I think I need one more, like 2 more roads. Like a road here, a road here. Man, it's been a while since I've done this Roman road tech. This is the video I learned this from. So let's see what he does next. Whoops. Okay, smithy, golem, smithy. So, smithy, golem, smithy. Wait, smithy. So, I just need smithy here, golem. So, road, smithy, golem. I think that's all I gotta do. Oh, nice. Run at Zeri every time? That's challenging. Requires a lot of locks to sustain. I've never tried that. I made a video fairly recently, I don't know if you saw that one, about like how to run at Zeri every other run. That seems, that method has been very consistent for me, and you only need 2 locks to sustain it. But it would be cool to run at Zeri every time, because The Azeri drops are obviously very... Oh, every other time. Yeah. Okay, that. I have this smithy already placed. I wonder if that's a problem. Gotcha. Wouldn't you be sacrificing a lot of like potential loot from just like, I don't know, how many rooms is your temple, I guess is what I'm getting at. Like, to run at Zeri every single time, you have to have that chain of like where you put the royal access chamber inside your snake chain. And then my understanding is you have to like lock the room in front and behind it or something. And then you will lose like something around it. I don't know. Seems complicated. I kind of think right now I could just put this here. And then once I get the right rooms, just a smithy and golem, I should be good. Oh, really? I haven't seen his video. I've only seen the Miso X Shiru video about how to run at Zeri every time. And his video was like not in the context of a juiced temple. I'll have to check his video out. Getting over 100 splinters per logbook. That's crazy. How much are splinters, the runic splinters going for right now? $368 per one div? Oh, 3.68 per one div. I was like, 368 per div is not good money. Okay. So you're making, what's that, like almost 30 divs per logbook. That's crazy. I feel like I tried that once just to kind of see what the hype was about, but I didn't really try to min-max the strategy or anything. I think I got like 20 or 30 splinters in one go. I was probably doing something wrong though. They're fairly fast to run, which is nice. Especially if you've got a strong build or a fast build. Chest markers and more remnants. That makes sense. Do those logbooks go for a lot more? Like how much are you spending per logbook? Man, I only have one lock right now. I'm having terrible lock luck right now. So just like grab all the chests that have runic splinters, and then the any of the ones that give bonuses to number of items. 4 to 7 divs is not bad when you're getting that much profit out of them. And how long does it take you to run one? It's probably only like 5 minutes or something, right? Maybe 10 minutes max. Yeah, 5 minutes if you're locked in. I imagine that comes with experience. My ass would go in there and be like, where are the things? I just haven't done it very much, so it'd be a little bit of a learning curve. I might try it though. I could use some more currency right now. But all the gear that I like, all the upgrades that I want are like, oh, I need to spend like a mirror on a new amulet, or like a mirror on a new focus. Or like getting adorned, you know? Yeah, makes sense. You get faster the more you do. I've been all about the temple this season. Early season, I'm really into, like, very, very early season, I'm all into crafting and just trying to make currency that way. Crafting and like currency exchange stuff. And then this season, I really just went hard on the temple. Like I dropped a mirror pretty early. Like second week of the league or something, I dropped a mirror. Yeah, it might have been like 3 weeks in. 2 or 3 weeks in. Yeah. My oracle really has the temple going. How much more energy do I have? Okay, I'm only like halfway through. Should I lock the road? To lock the road? To not lock the road? I'm gonna lock it. Whatever. Okay. I need Golem and Smithy. You got a mirror last season? That's crazy. Did you get it like farming Abyss or like this league? It makes sense. Like it's of all the leagues, this season it's like the easiest to get mirrors because of the temple, but yeah, that's crazy. Okay, I need a Smithy also. Just gonna like put a bunch of rooms. Yeah, that's insane. I couldn't even imagine. I was super stoked when I got one this league. But I feel like this league compared to other leagues, they're like even though they're worth more divines this season, they're actually like less valuable because there's more supply of them this league. Like I feel like if I drop one now, I'm going to be stoked, but I'm not going to like lose my shit over it either. The first one I did kind of lose my shit over. But I was actually like well on my way through just like crafting and stuff to getting a mirror. I bought a Hinakora's Lock this league on like the 6th day for like 60 divines. Kind of crazy. And then I ended up selling it for like 1,200 later. Yeah, that's awesome. I thought you were just speaking metaphorically when you said display case. I didn't realize there is actually a display case. Is it in the microtransaction shop? Oh, I feel like now that you mention it, feel like I've seen that in people's hideouts before. Yes, lock. Oh. But it's for PoE too? Or like you can can be used on both games? Nice. Throw a wisdom scroll in there. Check it out, guys. Oh, YouTube is kind of stupid. It doesn't let people post links in the chat. I can go in and like manually add you to be like an authorized viewer or something, and that'll allow you to post links. But um, generally speaking, YouTube doesn't allow people to post links in chat. I think they think it's like spam or something. I discovered that recently when I asked somebody to send me their POB. They couldn't post the link. Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. Man, it would be nice to get another lock right now. After this round of temple running, I might either try doing the running logbooks and trying out your currency strategy, or going back to running Sekimas. Making good currency running Sekimas. This build is fast enough that I can get through them pretty quick, like 15 minutes or so. But it sounds like your currency strategy is faster. Unless you hit big in Sekimas. You can make bank in Sekimas if you get a big against the darkness, like one with spirit on it. Like one with spirit's automatically worth like a couple thousand divine. Or if you hit a last flame, of course, you know, like 3 mirrors or whatever they're worth. But those are like a 1 in 500 drop or something. Yeah. I like Sekimas better than Trials of Chaos. A couple days ago, I was like, oh, I'm going to, you know, Adorns are so valuable. I was like, maybe I'll just stick it out and grind Trials of Chaos until I get one. Dude, I did it 2 times and I was like, I was so bored. I agree. I hate the trap rooms. They're really annoying. I do feel like compared to Trials of Chaos, Sekimas at least has some, you know, the whole like boon curse thing makes it kind of interesting. But overall, it's not my favorite. It's also like the mobs are really weak in there. So it's like when you have an overtuned build like this, running content that's like that is just like, what am I doing with my life? Wow, on his 12th run. That's super lucky. I had similar luck in 0.1. I came into the league kind of late, and you know I was not super wealthy. I didn't do any like crafting strategies or anything, and I didn't really know a lot. I'd only played like limited amount of PoE 1. I had heard that Adorned was like, you know, they un-ID'd were selling for like 100 and something div. And for me at that time, I think I'd only ever seen like 15 or something. And I decided to farm Adorned, and I got one on like my 7th run. It was kind of crazy. Now they're worth a freaking fortune. There's tech for the soul core rooms. The ones where you have to like grab the soul cores and carry them back to that platform or whatever. I'd be curious. Probably not curious enough to make me run the trials, but I'm still curious. Okay, Oh, what am I doing? This is not right. This needs to be a smithy here. I'm an idiot. And now I get the smithy. God damn it. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, I'm gonna lock this room. Run it. Let this get deleted. I'm sure on the next run I won't get a smithy because that's how life goes. Look, I even got the sacrifice room too. Ah! Yeah. I get bored of running the same content over and over again. That's why I'm like, oh, maybe I'll run Sekimas. Maybe I'll try something else. Maybe I'll try the logbook strategy. That's a strategy I haven't used very much. But I'm also a big fan of like going after the potential big profit. 2,300 for the vertex. That's crazy. Is that for one with like 20 spirit? Or are you getting more spirit on it? If you get one with 30 spirit on it, they're probably insanely expensive, but then you don't need to have... You could go without efficient inscriptions, and you wouldn't need a Diallo's Desire in Cast on Crit. You can put it in Blink. Oh, with no chaos. 20 spirit, no chaos. That's crazy. This one, I bought this one a couple weeks ago, and it was like 3,000 divs. This one's nice. It has like everything I want on it, except for more spirit, of course. I think ones with like 30 spirit or like a mirror. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, just go without blink for the time being. Good rings are expensive too, man. I feel like my rings are not even as good as I would like. I'd like to buy a nice amulet because mine has energy shield on it, which does nothing for my build. I'd like to get one that has percent increased mana. Or spell damage. And I was looking at them earlier though. It was like an amulet upgrade was like a mirror, and for one that was like not even perfect either. Everything's really expensive right now. That's why I'm kind of like, oh, maybe I should farm Sekimas because, you know, if I just keep farming them, eventually I can hit something big. If you get an Against the Darkness with percent increased, gain is extra lightning and spirit. It's worth like 10,000 divines or something. It's like, maybe I'll try my luck at that. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Dex is pretty worthless on this build. But gotta take what you can get, right? Yeah. I think after this round of temple running, I might do some Sekimas. I don't know if I'll have time to do it tonight, though. My girlfriend gets off work in like an hour. So I might have to bail at that point. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of these reroll medallions. Made locks. Okay, I locked both rooms at least. Only one lock. Let's close the temple. And we need a smithy. But I've got all these rerolls. Okay, smithy. Now we need a golem. Can I get a golem and a sacrifice room at the same time? Nope. That'd be too easy. Yeah, if you come up with anything good to throw in there, let me know. Detonate Dead was fun. It definitely is functional. It works. I think 2 bone cages is still better, especially because for me, I'm using I've got a +3 bone cage Prism of Belief. So the bone cage is just very OP. Having 2 level 39 bone cages. But yeah, it might be fun to have some other skills in there. I wish there were more physical spell skills. You could throw a plant skill in there, like Thrashing Vines or something. That might be fun. Yeah, really only if I'm like doing pinnacles. If I'm doing pinnacles, I'll swap out the prism for the Bone Storm one. Because this Bone Storm one was like 3 divines or something. But 99% of the time, I just have the Bone Cage one in there. Honestly, now that I have 2 Bone Cages in here, it's like just as good for bossing to just use Bone Cage and not even bother with Bone Storm. I just like Bone Storm. It's fun. Yeah, Thrashing Vines is good. With Thrashing Vines, you want to get a lot of cast speed. If you get more cast speed, you'll get more vines to come out quicker and deal more damage. So it's like most other things on this build don't really need cast speed, but Thrashing Vines really benefits from cast speed. Just gonna throw in a bunch of crap on here in hopes it doesn't delete any of this stuff. Yeah, if you read the flavor text on Thrashing Vines, it says you get like, I think it says 2 vines come out per cast time. And like the base cast time is 1 second, so you get like 2 vines pop out of the ground every second. But with some scaling, you can get it down to like, and then with like Arcane Surge and stuff, if you get like the right buff combination, you can get it down like under a 1/4 second. So then you're getting, you know, instead of 2 vines come out per second, you get 8. It's kind of crazy. A 1,000 divines? Seriously? I wonder if it's people watching my video that drove up the price, because I bought my +3 Bone Cage Prism for 40 divines. Yeah, that's wild. That is absolutely insane. That's crazy. You can definitely play it without the +3 to Bone Cage. Like, that's definitely not essential. Buy the +3 Bone Storm ones. You can play with that in here as well. I think Bone Storm's really fun, especially for bossing. But shit, I bought mine for 3 divines. Those might be more expensive now too. Damn, 3,800 to a mirror. Ah. Sorry about that. Dog is super loud. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Hey, it's okay, buddy. It's okay. Alright, I think he's cool. I'm like curious. I want to check it out. Oh, wait. Damn, you weren't kidding. Literally bought it for like 40 divines. And now it's 2,900 to a mirror. What the fuck? God damn. What's Bone Storm? This one I bought for 3 and it's 50 now. It can't just be me. Somebody else has got to be doing something with Bone Storm. Yeah, the fact you got it for 1,000 apparently is lucky. Jeez. Dead Rabbit? He's doing something with Bone Storm? Or Bone Cage? Really? Is that like something he's doing in the second Wind League? I gotta check that out. If he's got a build similar to mine. Oh, is he doing like Entangle cast on crit with Bone Cage in the cast on crit? Oh, okay. I actually made a video similar, or like a build guide to something similar to that recently too. Before this build, I did like a poisonous plant build, and it was using Entangle. Gotcha. The curse activation is just so nice. It's so seamless. Like it doesn't slow you down to cast it. It's very quick damage output, very quick cast on crit triggers. Entangle is like you cast it and then you kind of have to wait for it to deal damage, which leaves you kind of vulnerable for a minute. Sure. So the change in the tree, there's a couple things. So I used to have these 2 nodes. I swapped it here. So I needed 3 nodes in order to get to efficient inscriptions. So where I got 3 nodes was I had an extra node sitting here. I had an extra node here because I was grabbing these 2. So I just swapped it to this side. And then by switching this to go around the outside, I was able to save one node there. And that's 3 nodes that allowed me to grab efficient inscriptions. So that kind of shows everything. I'll let you take a minute to look at it. Cool. Okay, I managed to get 1 lock that run. I'm gonna have to just chance it and probably lose some of this. Yeah, kind of expected that. Golem does not connect to this, so that's actually safe to place there. This here. Spy Master does not connect to Spy Master. I'm getting bored of running Temple, but I've only got 1 more or 2 more runs. Try to go quick on this one. Shredding Force is a really good thing to get on the Megalo. I would say don't even bother getting a Megalo though, unless you can get 2 good mods on it. Because like Shredding Force is great alone, and if you got a Megalo with that on it, you know that's a good node. But you can get a a rare Sapphire that has better stats than that 1 node would give. So if you can get one that has 2 good nodes on it, then you can get something, that overall is going to give you more damage than a rare jewel would. Because mine also has the Pure Chaos. It has Shredding Force and Pure Chaos, which is like gain 11% of extra chaos damage, and that's a huge damage boost. Way better than anything I could get on a Sapphire. So yeah, that's my recommendation. Try to find something with 2 good nodes, and it doesn't have to be Shredding Force. Anything with crit, extra spell damage, more magnitude of like poison, physical damage. But something with two good mods on it, or 2 good notables, would be what you'd want to be looking for a Megalo. And honestly, anything with like 2 synergistic nodes is going to run you probably over 1,000 divs at least. I feel like I got lucky when I bought this Megalo. it's probably worth more now. I think I spent 2,000 divines on it. Second lock, let's go. Yeah, you just got to kind of weigh the cost benefits of the nodes that you can find. Because, you know, a rare sapphire with like similar stats to shredding force is only going to run you like a couple of divine. I feel like people really overvalue single node, like single beneficial node megalomaniacs. Took out all those points at the beginning. Here's what I'm working with. Did you grab Impending Doom? Definitely need this one for any curse activation builds. I really like Royal. This one's not super critical, but it is nice to have. I can give you an updated PoE Ninja link so you can look at it too. Gotcha. I'll throw it in the chat anyways. Let's see. The struggle is real. Dazed, shocked. I don't know, there's something missing from the config here, but just so you can see the gear or the skill tree and everything. I know the feeling. Never drinking again. It's not a fun feeling, that's for sure. Okay. There's an updated PoE Ninja link. No problem. I just remembered. I forgot I was going to try that bone shrapnel thing. Okay, I'm going to lock this. Close the temple. Fuck. Did not get any of the rooms I needed. Well, that's lame. Yeah, let me grab one. I think I should already have the gem. Bone shrapnel. There it is. So let's see. Supported skills cannot cause pin buildup, but supported skills trigger bone shrapnel explosions on killing pinned enemies. And bone shrapnel explosion, damn, has a 13% base crit and deals 25% of pinned target's maximum life as fizz damage. So if my cast on crit is pinning enemies, and if I manage to kill something that's already pinned with Spellslinger, then I could potentially trigger the bone shrapnel explosion. It'd be kind of, it's like, won't be super automated. Ideally, I would put it in invulnerability. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Let's try that. That might make it more automated. Oh, it cannot be socketed into that. Damn it. Support skills which hit enemies. This hits enemies. That's dumb. I guess I can take out Spell Cascade on this. Let's try it. I've got one more temple run. I just wish there was a way to automate it a little bit more. I have to use Spellslinger a little bit more. Yeah, it is hard to tell. I don't think this is a very good way to do it. I'm kind of brainstorming right now. I'm like, I think if I were going to make this effective, maybe what I could do is, hmm. No, that wouldn't work. Ideally, you'd want a skill that's dealing damage to, let's see, the bone cages pin enemies, right? You would want the bone cages to pin them but not kill them. And then have something else kill them that triggers the bone shrapnel explosions. I don't know, that's hard to set up. If we had another meta skill, we might be able to make it work. I feel like GGG needs to add another meta skill for physical spellcasters, because I feel like everything is geared towards elemental right now. Even cast on crit, it's like this is modified by the enemy's ailment threshold the critical hit will deal. Actually, I thought it was elemental ailment. I guess this is all ailments. Well, that's interesting. It says ailment threshold, but then when you click it, it says elemental ailment threshold. It seems like it should, right? Poison should do it. I mean, clearly it is triggering, but like this is the only meta skill that works with this, right? Because then you have cast on elemental ailment as another meta skill. But if they added something in like cast on, poison, or cast on bleed, or cast on physical ailment or something like that, that would be another cool meta gem for them to add to the game. That would add more depth to this kind of build. Because as it stands right now, I don't see a good way to add bone shrapnel into the build. Although, come to think about it, I did kind of theory craft a way that you can use Bone Storm as your main damage dealing skill. What you do to do that, I can try to demonstrate in this temple run. You put in Fork and Sion's Temper. The damage goes down a lot. I'll throw in the Bone Storm Prism just to demonstrate this. And then since there's that tech where you can run at full speed with this, you can like use it as a clear skill, because then you get like the bones shooting out in all directions, and it triggers the cast on crit. So if I could get I could put Bone Shrapnel in Bone Storm. Cast on crit goes off, pins enemies, and then if I kill them with Bone Storm, that could work to trigger the explosions. Because this build as it stands right now doesn't have a good amount of AoE. They do have a mechanic to help Bone Storm be more of an AoE skill, and that is power charges. So you could use like Combat Frenzy with, what's it called? Resonance. Because Combat Frenzy works with pin. So when you pin enemies, you gain a frenzy charge, which you then could convert into a power charge. And then Bone Storm, when it gets power charges, you get explosions with increased radius. So there might be something there. And then you could put, Bone Shrapnel in Bone Storm. Have Cast on Crit Bone Cage to pin enemies. Bone Storm to trigger. Bone Storm with power charges to both deal explosions and trigger the Bone Shrapnel explosions. There could be something fun in there. That could be a fun build. But yeah, in my testing, it's just it's not as good as the curse setup. We'll see. I imagine that after this league, I just feel like there's no way that GGG is not going to nerf the Doedre's Undoing curse setup. I would be really surprised if they didn't nerf that. So if they do nerf that and it's not as good next league, maybe I'll try doing something with that next league. Make like some kind of Bone Storm clear build. Ah, I got knocked over. Ooh, a lock. Okay, we got 2. Yeah, it does seem like it can be pretty fun. I don't know. If I get bored with this build at some point this league, maybe I'll mess around with that a little bit more. Try to make it more viable. Alchemy Lab. I'm going to need an Alchemy Lab soon. Oh, really? I could see them, nerfing that. I saw somebody make a video recently, too, where they... there's this guy who keeps doing these crazy challenges, and he did one where he couldn't have... he couldn't have a skill tree. Like, no passive tree challenge where you wanted to, like, go through the whole campaign and end game with no skill tree. And the way he was able to get damage was using Oil Grenade and Incinerate. And he was able to get like an infinite damage loop using those two things. And with that setup, he didn't even need the unique fire staff. So there's definitely some broken interactions with Ignite right now that I imagine they'll nerf. But yeah, I also think they're going to nerf Doedre's Undoing. And, I was really surprised to see when the patch notes for this league came out that they buffed Comet damage. It's like as if Comet wasn't already super OP, they made it even stronger. Like they either, as much as I hate to say it, because I do love Comet builds, they need to nerf Comet. Or make other spells stronger. Like, Is it boring? Comet is too much. It's also like just full on eye cancer and taxes the hell out of your GPU when you're playing it cast on crit and you're dropping like 100 comets at a time. That's why I don't even like playing my Oracle anymore. It's definitely like the most powerful build I've played, but it's just, I don't know. I don't love it. They do need to balance all skills. There's a lot of skills that are just really undertuned that are just useless. Like nobody uses them. I would like to see like all skills become viable or have like a pathway to being viable. I think they will too. I mean, the game's still in development, right? They're still trying to. They're still working on adding new content, not as much on balancing the existing content. So it's understandable. Like I don't fault them for it. I'm really happy with the state the game's in right now, and I think that it just keeps getting better. So I'm excited to see what the future holds. Yeah, I agree. The game is going to go nuts. I'm super stoked to see what they do for next season. Yeah. Figure we'll probably get some new ascendancies for next season and then supposedly some sort of end game rework. Same. My girlfriend and I, I'm planning on proposing soon, so, and she's already told me she's going to say yes, so it's kind of takes the fun out of it, but, we want to have kids at some point. We're talking about like the next couple years, so I'm like, okay, these next couple years, I need to get in as much PoE as I can because I know when I have kids, I'm not going to be able to play as much. Old man on the same game. Yep, I'll be right there with you, my friend. All right, that's it for Temple for now. Yeah, how old are they? Wow. So you got your hands full. How do you even find time to play PoE? That's crazy. I'm debating whether or not I should try to do a Sekima run on stream or if I should just call it a night. My girlfriend gets off, or she normally gets off in like 10 minutes. But she also said she might try to stay late at work tonight. Because the first thing she does when she gets off work is she calls me. Oh, you don't work anymore? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. How long have you been out of the Marines? Oh, okay. My girlfriend says she's off in 10 minutes, so I'll probably just hang out for the next couple minutes and then bail when she gets off. Absolutely. Yeah. That's the thing, right? When you have kids, they got to come first. 2018, 10 years. That's a long time. Well, I thank you for your service. It's not an easy job. I'll corrupt some shit. It's very true. It's very true. That is what matters. You don't know how to play on controller? Oh, how I play on controller? You know, when the game came out, I decided to play on controller because, I mean, I played some PoE 1. I played keyboard and mouse. And the main reason I wanted to play on controller was because I have a cat that really likes to lay on my lap. And when I used to play PoE 1 and he would try to lay on my lap, I'd be like full like banana, you know, like hunching my back and everything, trying to reach the keyboard and mouse. And I was getting a lot of back pain from it. So if I play on controller, I can lean back and play. So I'm just doing it for the ergonomics. And I think because I've only played controller since this game came out, I'm just used to it now. I have done some keyboard and mouse though, and especially for inventory management, it's a lot easier. But what are you going to do? If you get good enough at controller, it's not too bad. Okay, should I? Some omens of corruption. Alright, let's see. We want the crit chance to roll up to 4% on this. Second socket. With these Alpha's Howls, if you corrupt these and the spirit rolls up, they can be worth a lot. I've had it happen a couple times. Whoa, spirit enchant. That one rolled down. How much is this worth? 1 divine. Is that because the cold res roll is low? Let's roll up to 75. No, I didn't get 23% on bone cages. Quality on bone cage only gives you extra pin chance. So it increases the amount of pin you deal. It's not really worth it. It pretty much pins everything anyways. Yeah. If I had divved the res, this might have been worth something, but I think these are worth the most if you can overroll the spirit on the initial corruption and then you can double corrupt for a spirit enchant, then they're worth a fortune. But just getting a spirit enchant by itself is not the best. Let's double corrupt it, see what happens. Yeah, I got some. My inventory is such a mess. Life regen. I doubt it's actually worth 35 divine. But what the hell? I'll list it for like 30. What is this? This is a decent megalo for this build. If you're interested in this one, I could sell it to you for cheap. I have it listed at 300. I'd let it go for like 100 or something if you want it. It's got Moment of Truth, which is crit chance, crit bonus if you've dealt a non-crit recently, which happens a lot on this build. I took out Diala's Desire. Oh, I need to corrupt this bad boy. And Vow Cultivate. Okay. Yeah, send me a party invite. Oops. Nice AoE. Looks like you've got more AoE than I do. Mine are smaller, but I've got the spell cascade. I like spell cascade better because you get more cast on crit triggers. Gotcha. What am I doing? Let's see what we get. I'll do it first. What is Decrepifying Curse? Increased duration of ailments you inflict against cursed enemies. That's actually not bad, because it helps your poisons last a little longer. It's not the best, but it's got some synergy. The one I just sold you is nice because it, Moment of Truth, causes your first poisons to be higher magnitude, which is kind of nice. All right. Oh, I should have divined this before I corrupted it. Whatever, I'm still going to use the cultivation. Watch me hit a +4. Nope. I've never seen one. Oh, crap. All right, I got to end the stream. Girlfriend's off work, so she's probably going to call me in a minute. It's been cool talking to you, man. I'm still going to be on the game, so we can talk in game if you want. But I'm going to sign off of the stream. So thanks to anybody who's watching. I'm ending the stream for tonight.